Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. For the people that don't know me, hey, I am Marsh. I'm the #1 Bloodhound on Apex Legends currently. And for the people that do know me, I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Again, the support on YouTube has been absolutely insane. The past videos I've been doing beyond well. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support that you guys have been giving me. It's really been helping me out, not only as a YouTuber, but as a streamer as well. So, without further ado, I do want to get into the video right away. So today's video, we're going to be talking about, now this isn't a tutorial, this isn't like a gameplay type of video, just to help you guys find your main. If ever you guys have been struggling to find your main, this is the video for you. So the first one I want to go over is the IGL, or as more commonly known as the in-game leader. Now this type of player is the player that will make the final decisions. He's the one with the say on the team. He's the one making the decisions. This player is good, is well versed in all the support, the aggro, and the passive play styles. He knows how to play every single one. He's typically a better ranked player than the other ones, and without the in-game leader, the team falls apart. Everything relies on the in-game leader. And even if you don't realize it, there is always that one player on the team who makes decisions over others, and that others will follow. Again, the in-game leader most of the time doesn't discern himself as the in-game leader, but everybody around him knows who he is. His presence in the team is needed, and to be able to do the best jobs, if ever you are that type of player and you know that you are an in-game leader, you know how to lead your team, you know how to get to a win, and you know that you make the right decisions, the characters I would suggest for you guys are either Bloodhound, Valkyrie, or Crypto. Now Bloodhound, let's go over why Bloodhound's a good leader. Bloodhound any information on the map is available to Bloodhound. When it comes to beacons, to zones, to how many enemies are there, to everything else, Bloodhound has access to every single piece of information to make the most informed decisions and quick decisions. When he needs the information, he gets it. When he needs to know what's happening, he knows. Bloodhounds are very well versed in being in-game leaders. When they need to be aggro, they can pop their ult. Whenever they need to be defensive, they can collect information and make the best either retreat plan or defensive strategy based on the information they get. Now, same thing goes for Crypto. Crypto can get information very easily, though not as easily as Bloodhound. He can get more information further. He can go at different lengths to get information, and he can also be aggro with his EMP. He can also be a good support with his drone. But at the end of the day, Bloodhound and Cryptos are the most useful characters as in-game leaders. Now, I also put Valkyrie in there just because Valkyrie is not only able to scan beacons, but she can also fly high and get information that way, know what's going on around her, and the quick decisions she can make as soon as she needs to get her team out of the situation. Tell everybody to hop on her ultimate and get out of those situations, which is why Valkyries make such good in-game leaders. Now, if ever you guys are in-game leaders, I really do strongly suggest taking one of those three recon characters. Recon characters are the best in-game leaders in the game. Now, moving on, I do want to talk about the aggro. The aggro has a lot of choices. Again, some of these choices will overlap each other, so an in-game leader character can also be a good aggro character. It is just depending on the player that is playing that character. Remember, a character doesn't define you, you define the character, you define his playstyles. So best for aggros: Wraith, Bangalore, Octane, Bloodhound. Horizon used to be there, but she's not anymore, and Pathfinder. So Bloodhound, again, is pretty straightforward. We talked about it as the in-game leader. His ultimate and his scans give information that is vital to a push. His movement speed allows him to push into teams and get out of there when he needs. Same for Wraith. Wraith doesn't get a speed boost, but she gets a gel out of pre-card. As soon as a Wraith is threatened, as soon as she is in trouble, she can use her tactical and get out of there. She can move her team strategically with her portals to be able to ease a push. She's very good aggro, and the good thing about Wraith 2 is her hitbox is quite small. Now you'll notice that a lot of these aggro characters have small hitboxes. Pathfinder, again, same concept as Wraith. His grapple can get him in and out of situations. Same as his zipline, can ease a push by getting high ground. He is very good when it comes to aggroing people, and now that he's lost low profile, he can actually survive more than 2 seconds without getting beamed. Pathfinder is a great aggro player character. Octane, I don't even know if I have to go over Octane. Octane is like the epitome of aggro people. He stims, he runs around, it's Octane, everybody knows him. Octanes are always going off solo thinking they're Asu, and sometimes, you know what, they're close to being Asu. A lot of these Octanes are fucking cracked because their moving speed being upgraded, their jump pad allowing for better pushes and quicker pushes, rotations as he gets it very quickly. Octane is a great aggro character. Now, a lot of you guys may be wondering why I didn't put Revenant up there, and I will get up to it in a second. The last one I want to talk about is Bangalore. Bangalore can be seen as a defensive or passive character, but her speed boost, her double time is what puts her up there. Again, sort of like Octane, it's like she got a mini stim. Every single time she is shot at, she gets a boost. Now this may seem superficial, but unlike other support or passive character, her abilities only engage whenever she is in a fight, in an engagement. She gets a speed boost, which allows her to outstrip her opponent and do quicker rotations around a fight. Her smoke can zone off areas of a fight or disable other enemies. With her digi, she can be very, very aggressive. Now, if you're an aggro player, make sure that you main one of these. Again, if you are an aggressive player, you know you love to push, you know you're going to be pushing, you have an itch to just move all the time and just keep on killing people. You don't care if you die, all your only goal in life is to push people and kill as many as you can before you go down. Make sure you main one of these. Again, it's not like the in-game leader where you have to know their kit by heart. You can alternate between any one of these characters that I just mentioned. Every single one of them has different advantages and disadvantages and different tools in their kit to allow you to push further or quicker. Each one of these is great paired with other legends, sort of like Bangalore synergizes well with Bloodhound and makes a Bloodhound Bangalore combo more aggressive. Same goes with, for example, now Caustic isn't an aggro player, but a Bloodhound can become an aggro player if ever he has a Caustic on his team due to the visual impairment of his gas. Now these are just things to keep in mind when pairing different team comps together. If you are looking to be aggro, make sure to pair different aggro characters together. They boost each other, they uplift each other. Now moving on to the passive, or like people would like to call them, defensive characters. The characters I will put on this list are Gibraltar, Caustic, Rampart, Watson, and to some extent Fuse. Now let me go over. Gibraltar is pretty straightforward. His dome allows for reses. If you are stuck in the open, his dome is amazing. His ult can be used aggressively or to zone out and crowd control. He is a great defensive legend. His extra health allows him to be a tank, basically defending his teammates while they are either healing or anything. He can take a massive amount of damage, and with his arm shield, Gibraltar is the best tank in the game. He's the one that can soak up the most damage. He is an absolute sponge, and when he's getting low, he's got an impenetrable bubble that allows him to just stop all incoming damage and put a layer of protection around his team. He is by far the best defensive or passive legend in the game. Now Caustic is the best in his category too. He allows to completely stop pushes, as he can't soak up as much damage as Gibby, or defend teammates as good with a bubble by stopping all incoming damage. Caustic stops pushes dead in their tracks. He's the best character to put against other aggro characters. He will completely knock off a push, stop the entire momentum of the push, and if anyone dares to push a Caustic while he is bunkered up in a house, they're in for quite a fight, because a Caustic doesn't let himself get pushed easily, and if you try to push him, you're at a great disadvantage. His gas allows for aggressive plays, but most of all defensive. He can zone out fights, zone out entire areas, and in final circle, the closer a fight gets, the more deadly Caustic gets. So if ever you are one of these players, make sure you main either Gibby or Caustic. Now Rampart and Watson. Now these are special. These are very situational. They can be absolutely amazing. A Watson will counter any ordnance or abilities, and she can zone out entire areas with her Watson pylons, and she has sort of like an invisible talent, which is completely zoning off areas. You are less likely to push a Watson. She also has a gem that restores shield. She's not the greatest passive character, but she does fit in that category. If ever you like keeping your teammates out of danger, like keeping houses to yourself, Watson is great. Rampart, on the other hand, is great for open area defense. Now Gibby is good, but his abilities are temporary. So after a little bit, his bubble goes away, his arm shield eventually gets broken. So that's where Rampart comes in. If you are more of the open, playing high ground, but have any defensive character on your team, Rampart is the character for you. She is able to make an entire area a death zone for anybody who comes within the vicinity. If you try to fight a Rampart that is behind her walls, and you take her one-on-one, she's going to destroy you. There's no question about it. Not only does it stop incoming damage, but it boosts outgoing damage. On paper, she is absolutely amazing. She does have a couple counters, such as visual impairments or just the player's abilities in general or aim as an impairment. But she is a great legend, and good Rampart mains absolutely dominate in the arena. Now, if we are moving on to support characters, now these players usually know they aren't the best. They don't rely too much on their ability to kill people, but more as support their teams. Now these are the pillars of the team. The in-game leader is sort of like the main foundation, but these support players is what holds this foundation up. Without these support players on our team, the entire Apex community would just be dull. These players are not only some of the nicest people I have met, the nicest human beings I've met. They're generous. They're selfless. They don't care if they will. Most of these lifelines I know will literally kill themselves to res their teammates. Now this is great for people that want to support their team, that aren't the best shooters, but they are the best teammates, the best people in general. Most of these guys are super chill, and they honestly, like I said, they don't care about themselves. As long as they can get their teammate up, they will literally give their life away to get the in-game leader, get the supporter, get the aggro up, because that's just what they do. These guys are the pillars of the team. Same with Loba. Loba will make sure all their teammates are always kitted. They always have heals. They always have bullets. They have everything they need to keep on fighting and keep on going. These players are honestly, now, they don't get enough recognition. They are the best thing that can happen to a team. Having a lifeline or a Loba and an actual support player mentality is the best thing that can happen to your team. Now, if you know that you care about your teammates, that you want to keep them up, looted up, sort of like have a mother instinct or a father instinct towards your teammates, you are a support player. Make sure you main one of these. If you love making decisions, you know you make the right decisions, and you know how to take your team to victory, be an in-game leader. If you just can't stand in place and you want to move and you want to kill everything you see, be an aggro player. And if you want to make sure your team is safe and be there when your team needs it the most, to be able to hold them up there and defend them while they're recuperating, make sure you are a passive or a defensive character. Every single one of these brings a unique advantage to a team. Each of them is just amazing, and if the right player mains the right legends, they are completely unstoppable as a team. It doesn't matter how good they are. I've been killed by people that have had teamwork, and I just stood there like, wow, I'm #1 Bloodhound in the game, and I've been completely outplayed in my entire team by people who have had the right characters with the right playstyle. Now, I hope that this video helped you guys pick a main. If ever it didn't, I will be making an updated guide, because there are more type of players, more in-depth and sort of like between the line players, between aggro and passive, and I will take time to think about all of this in depth before I do make a statement about it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if it did help you. Let me know if ever you guys picked a main or even switched mains completely with this videos, and without holding you guys back, I will let you guys go and test your new characters out if ever you did switch. And I will see you guys later.